Professor Castleberry here, talking about COMM3603, Mass Communication Perspectives. And this is our video syllabus series where we're looking at distinct aspects of the course in short video format, just a way to talk about the class as we're getting things going, give you a sense of orientation, make sure you're aware there is a human presence behind this course, and we have purpose, and we are aiming towards something, and we want everyone to be experiencing personal momentum forward, progressing, gaining new insights, growing at distinct skill sets, and that's what we're talking about in each of these videos. Well, I want to talk about the big project in this course. It is a writing project, and many years ago, this degree program, like so many others and other courses, it was focused primarily on the discipline of academic rigor and how that is traditionally inscribed to students to help promote a particular style of intellectual and academic growth. And that typically flows students of many disciplines in the humanities and the social sciences toward a preparedness for if they were to go back to school, particularly the area of graduate school. And so many of our largest institutes are known as research institutes. And so research writing and research writing styles are an ingrained part of higher ed culture at large, at both the public and private levels, at large universities and also in smaller ones. Now, we have strategically and intentionally scaled that back over the years, not to take away from the rigor, not to take away from the values gained through that acumen, but rather to balance out, to level out the equal emphasis on projects and assignments and curriculum that supports professional development to get students ready for professional arenas, professional jobs, and so on. Well, this course, Mass Communication Perspectives, is a little bit more in that classical mold, all right? And so we want to be transparent about that. That's healthy for us. And so our major project in this course is the more traditional research writing project, all right? And so you're going to build a writing project that is going to have some scope to it. It's going to have some depth. And for that reason, it's broken into weekly chunks. Each week we're putting together a different portion. So that brings to mind a couple of things we want to keep at the forefront of our approach of how we handle deadlines. First, you want to be aware going into each and every week what the expectations of that week looks like. Look at Canvas. Don't fall away for 1 to 2 weeks at a time. Stay kind of plugged into what's going on. Remind yourself, revisit it, and take screenshots if necessary. Whatever helps you keep certain things on your radar. Build calendar reminders in your phones, on your laptops, so that you can return to that and kind of see, okay, these are things I'm working toward, and I need to budget X amount of time each week toward that. When you're writing a paper, that not just maybe a small paper, a short paper, but something with that is supposed to have density or intellectual rigor or whatever words we want to use to describe that. You need to apply more energy. You need to think about it a little bit more. You need to spend more time in the careful process of finding some research to support the information you're providing, or to back up claims that you might be making. The instructions week to week are going to guide us through those phases. And the way the chunks are broken up is really healthy to our developing of this. For those of you all that have had success at MacU, you did work on outlining previously. Working on a healthy research paper is like the next step up also from the kinds of essay writing you do in Comp 1 and Comp 2. But we're putting these conversations into the context of communication, media studies, those mass communication perspectives. And this is going to be a really rich opportunity for you to put together something incredibly valuable. If you're a comm major, we have each of our courses work together to help you build what we refer to as a digital media portfolio. A portfolio should give us a sample size of things you can accomplish as a professional, and this course gives us a great chance to work on a paper project, and you know, a long form essay project, a traditional academic style essay, a research essay. And there's some different ways you can approach that, and there are different ways you can execute it, but that is its goal. And that's a good goal, because guess what? If you are, it doesn't matter how early you are in your degree pursuit, or how late you are, how close you are to graduation. And it doesn't matter if you're either planning to go to grad school immediately, or maybe in the relative future, or a long ways away. That's okay. But if and when you were to apply to either graduate school, or if you were to apply to some upper tier professional positions, guess what is a major requirement they often have of applicants? They ask for a writing sample. And so it's good to be able to have work that we're confident in sharing, confident in including in our professional packets, that we can put out there into the world. And this is the course where you get to really focus on a little bit of that research essay writing. And it's going to be a great journey. We're going to give you some different tools to work on that. But also, let's keep in mind, you can't get everything written in 5 weeks. Is a really tough turnaround to get that perfected essay concluded. And so we're recognizing that there's only so much we can achieve, but we want to help mark progress. And for that reason, we put the special emphasis on it. When we add up, you're going to get points for each step in the journey. And then collectively, as you'll notice in the syllabus, it lists that major project as being worth quite a bit of points. And it's because it's adding up all the little parts along the way. So don't skip any of those parts. Try to stay up to date with those weekly deadlines, because it's good to get incremental feedback. If you're trying to get too much done at once, the feedback is going to get off in its circulation as well. Things just don't add up in the way that they can be most helpful for you. So keep that in mind. Be encouraged about the process. Be settled if you're new-ish to academic style writing. In fact, that's one of the reasons we're not only using 2 books in the course, but that this book, every single entry we're pushing you toward in the book, is by a different author. These are different scholarly authors, researchers that write in different ways. They're writing about different artifacts. They're telling different kinds of stories. So every week we have access to new samples. And oh, by the way, we only assign, these are actually pretty, what we call reader friendly. They're shorter chapters. But because they're shorter chapters, if you actually look in the whole book, there's far more entries than we assign. So there's lots more writing samples there. Well, I want to make it a goal as well to be an access point, be able to point us to sources. So I'm going to be coming up with ways to try to do that, try to get more materials in our hands. But becoming a media writer is a pretty exciting thing. And you don't have to be going toward that in a career to recognize and to appreciate and to grow in your voice. Well, guess what? Nearly every professional position and opportunity you have, what's still important at the end of the day in any role that we occupy, wherever it is? Our communication skills, right? That's why our discipline remains a stalwart in the academy, in the humanities, and in the social sciences, because there is so much value that remains. As one scholar once put it, you cannot not communicate. We have to be working on communication and all the time to get better at things, become more confident, more competent, and conscientious of that. And so we're working on that in our writing skills in this class, in our spoken or media production skills as well. We're hitting it on multiple ends. I'm excited about the ideas that you all are going to bring to the table. I know this video went longer than my intended goal for this video syllabus series, but sometimes you just got to get it all out. And because we don't meet in person, we don't have that live opportunity. So appreciate your patience. Thank you for listening, and looking forward to sharing more.